It still isn't. Hey, Grady, let's go ahead and finish up our work here and get this thing out of the way.
It
And
will
then
drop as soon as it gets to 100%.
will it
Then,
drop?
Yep, and then we're
Will
ready
it
to
drop?
rock. It will. I
Is
promise.
Facebook on?
Facebook
Oh
is
my God.
going.
Well, how come you haven't told me that like 20,000 times before? Or have you?
I said it 3 times, but we were busy. We were busy doing winemaker things.
Yes.
We're making sure that everybody's ready to go.
YouTube for me.
Yep.
We have one Facebook confirmation.
Excellent.
We have a YouTube confirmation. Are you coming back in for this one?
Unless there was someone else, I didn't know who you were going to do.
No,
or are you
that's
just
not-
going to do it yourself? Because
No.
you could. You don't need Grady. You really don't need me.
No, that sounds fantastic.
Someone to bounce ideas off of.
Oh my gosh.
Always
But
an
we have,
idea
but we have
bouncer.
all these fun.
We have a
people.
lot of
We have
fun
a lot
people.
of fun judges. This has been such an amazing first judging day. I can't tell you how fun this has been.
But you're telling nobody because YouTube's not doing anything.
Oh, it is. It is. But we just.
It's not.
It is.
It's
I
not.
can see it.
It's,
Our first go, I think it's fun.
we're gonna wait. If you're on, actually, we're gonna wait just a couple more seconds to where actually things start happening. We're working.
I have a comment while you're waiting.
A comment.
Your Viognier was awesome. I had it about a week or 2 ago. And I'm not a big
Just
Viognier
now?
guy,
Got it. It's okay, Lou. You got lots of wines to go through. I understand.
but it was the best Viognier I've ever had.
Oh, thank you.
That's
That
pretty
was-
high praise there, brother.
For those of you that are just tuning in and didn't hear that, Lou, somebody who I super duper expect, said that the Viognier was the best Viognier he'd ever had. And I'm going to have to concur with his statements. And the reason why, not just because I made it, but there's a reason why I made it in that fashion. Sometimes Viogniers can have cloying aromatics that end up being flowery, perfumey, and there's nothing wrong with those as comments, but when they stick to you and you can't get that flowery, perfumey off. But thank you, Lou. All right, my friends, I don't know what time it is. Oh, we're way late. Sorry about that, guys. We're late again, but we were earlier in today, and so those 3 hours that we were earlier.
It all comes together, I think, at some point.
Yes.
Oh man, this is so exciting. More fun.
This is very, very exciting. Grady,
Gerard just got some new wine racks.
what do you say about her? What?
She said she's got more wine racks. What are you doing to me, Mercury Wine? Why do I need more wine? It's your fault, apparently.
Something about the super tasty and ageability. You can blame me for both of those things.
Yes.
Because that is exactly what we're going for, and that's exactly what we're going for today. So I think that we've got everything up and running.
Let's do your fun intro.
All right, sounds good. Welcome to Brad Beard's Taste Race and the first judging round of the 2020 Crushing the Competition Tour. What's not crushing is Danny's voice in the background as he's explaining things while we're starting this whole thing. But anyway, we are in the middle of a Crushing the Competition Tour. And you know what? On our previous episode, I've asked you to create a blend that has color, uniqueness, nuance, and taste, just like my husband. And this is your chance to impress me with all of my friends here at Squirrel Manor and move on to the next round of the competition. And if you do not pass this round, otherwise I will ask you and your wine and your blend to oxidize away. All right, my friends, we're going to introduce this table. This is table number 5.
Number 5.
And what has table number 5 done to impress me?
Let's see.
Well, table number 5 has our good friends Mike and Harrison. They've got the WAP. They've got the wine and pizza action going on up there.
Pizza.
That's bringing
Good
it
stuff.
home to the CD. They know the. And we've got Claire and Jill. We've got the, what is that?
That is blend, taste, win, repeat. Great name.
Very nice, very nice. They are the winners of our 15-liter
Yes, Claire won that Nebuchadnezzar. Crazy kid.
So awesome. This are already big winners. And then we've got Melanie.
Melanie.
Melanini.
Malini
Oh my
Bueller.
God, look at all these rays of sunshine.
Dude, the rays are looking really beautiful. I hope you guys can see it because it looks great on our monitor.
Yeah, on our
It's
monitor.
like we're being shined on.
It's like we're
by
being
the sun.
shined on. It's like we've been shined on. And
And then
what's
Malini's
her team name?
That was La Leonara.
And Leonara, excellent team name. I love it. I love how you guys are trying to confuse me. And then we've got Austin and Jill. This is fantastic, and they're right up my league here because they've got the Dump Buckets
The
as
Dump
their
Buckets. Great
team
name.
So that is awesome. And again, I'm
Good
going to go
times.
ahead and start each one of these off by saying thank you guys. Holy cow, this has been such a great blending party.
Yep.
And it's always fun for me, but the team usually is working their little fingers to the bone and they don't get to interact there. But the whole team yesterday, or excuse me, Saturday and Sunday got to interact with everybody and just have a great time. And we are here now to go through these blends. And I've got to tell everybody that I do not know what these blends are.
No, you don't.
So you submitted your blends, and that's great. And yes, I have access to the email, but I didn't
Grady.
go through it. Grady went through it. He assigned your email to a team name, so each one of these things has a table. So we've got our table number on here, and then we've got a code name at the end. So I don't know what these wines are. Yes, I know what wines we're blending with. Yes, some wines were lighter in color or heavier in color, but that's about the only thing that I've got to go
Yes.
on, other than that all the wines were fantastic and they're going to make some amazing blends. I know this because now we've done 4 of these, and
Yep.
there has been some
Fantastic blending going on. All of these code names were kept on Funk and Waggle's porch since noon today. Nobody knows whose team equals what, except me.
That sounds fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring Norm McDonald in and have Norm McDonald come in and tell us about the day's news.
Let's do it.
Norm McDonald. Let's throw it over to him.
So what's the first news? What are we tasting first?
All right, here we go. I've got OM, but I'm going to double check.
OM.
We've got the OM. I've got that in front of me. That way
Nice.
I can judge this blend based on its merits. We're going to go ahead and give it. Damn it.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
It must be all the sunshine.
I can't blame who made the table.
No, you certainly can't, sir.
Because I made the table. All right. As I was pouring, I'm just looking at this wine.
Yeah. Gorgeous color.
Beautiful color. Not a lot of oxidation.
Nope, not seeing a
But-
lot of that.
Getting some older vintagey nose.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, I like that.
No, there's lots going on. I'm liking that nose.
This one's got the strongest aromatics.
I think so.
They're
Of
very-
the ones
very-
I've tried,
Very, very intense.
they're straight up there. And they're really interesting because they're not like some of the aromatics I tried. I got to try Table 1 this morning. It was super fun. And this is definitely a whole nother level of aromatics. And like I told people, Brad's all about the aromatics. So good job, Team OM.
Colors right there.
Yep. Aromatics are strong.
Nose right over there. Okay, I'm liking that.
There's like 2 things going on with that nose for me. Something lighter and brighter and something deeper. And maybe that's what's making the nose so interesting. That first hit is a little lighter and then it evolves into something just a skosh deeper.
Typically, in this part of the program is where I make fun of Grady for his ridiculousness on how he's describing wines and how I don't disagree at all. And I think that how can you be my brother? He's shocking.
Mailman, milkman.
He is shockingly hit that right on the nose.
I get one right a year.
I'm a little
One a year.
But you see, I've got to discount that because that was probably an accident. So that's technically a negative
So that's
on
a-
this nose. Or
Poor OM.
I really enjoyed this nose until Grady agreed with me 100% on what this nose had to do. So
Do
unfortunately,
not let me cloud your judgment.
unfortunately for
I'm here to help.
you had Grady help me on this one. Actually,
Wow.
super pleasant nose.
Mhm.
His description: beautiful, vibrant colors,
Sure.
aromatics,
Mhm.
and some nice richer tones in there as well. All right. Instead of making that a negative, I just increased your score by half a point. Way to go.
You're welcome. Oh, very pleasant
If
palate.
your wine loses because of that, don't blame me.
But you can come in and we can commiserate, and I'll pour you a lot of wine.
Mm.
Nose translates. Wow.
This wine has a lot more of the mid-range noses
Mhm.
or nuances.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
Table 5 starting strong. Lots of fun here. Loving it.
Give me a finish impression.
The finish is the only thing that didn't translate.
No, I was
from
looking
Spec
for
Back.
like a Swedish fish.
Oh. I've got one right in my pocket. Orskador.
We've got healthcare.
That's the finish
You were looking
that I was
for.
looking for.
All of us.
This wine really captivating all the way through.
Mhm.
Gray described it very nicely. We have some high notes and some low notes.
Yep.
High and low meaning bright and rich on the note. And so even though we're getting both of those at the same time, that
Mhm.
sort of gives a nice little middle. And I get that riding all the way through the finish. I'm not getting anything spiking, and I'm not getting
Right.
anything that's hitting me down below.
No, but there's a lot of fun in this wine. I like it quite a bit. Mm.
Wow.
You know what? Now that it's sat a bit, I'm gonna go up a notch on the finish. I think the finish got even a little more exciting.
All right, this is weird. I just did the same thing.
Oh damn it! I'm so sorry.
You guys are in trouble.
I hate when
This
I'm.
wine is going to go way. This wine's going to get thrown out
Oh,
like that baby in the
oh,
bathwater.
not fair.
If Grady and I are
Not fair.
agreeing like that, something's going on.
Something is. Well, that's nice. Something is definitely going on. Great job.
Yeah, I just upgraded to finish on that
Mm-hmm.
last little taste.
Interesting.
It had this nice bright note to it. It wasn't jarring though.
Not at all.
And then right when it was that bright light was fading,
Right.
that richness kind of took over, and it was very nice.
Kind of kick back.
Yeah, I liked it.
Super fun.
That
Great
was very nice.
start. Oh.
Was it? All right,
LN.
All right, got it.
LN. Let's see what's going on with LN. Thank you so much. Oh man. This day just gets more and more exciting by the second. Where are we at with color on this one?
Mm,
I don't get
Very
any
nice, yeah.
oxidation. It looks very bright and kind of ruby going on in there.
there's a smidgen
There's a smidgen, sure.
of the oxidation is what I was talking about. But
Oh.
it's still nice and bright lip. There's a little bit of there's a little orange in there. That's okay.
Okay. Nope, that's okay. I
Nothing
need to get
wrong
my
with it.
eyes checked.
Some of the wines were a little older.
A little more subtle on the nose this
Well,
time.
it gives me more of a darker, subtle nose. I mean,
Mhm.
things are telling you stuff.
Maybe something on the cacao end of things.
No cacaos yet.
Ooh.
No nibs. No cacaos.
Get your nose in there.
This is the wine that reminds me most of actually Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, interesting.
This wine Reminds me of a Cabernet with wonderful structure on the nose. Very
Mhm.
nice. I like good structure, straight up cherries running through. I'm not getting any plums. Are you getting some plums in there?
I'm not getting plums.
Getting any of your darker notes?
Not really darker
Getting anything
notes.
lighter than a darker note?
Just a touch lighter.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
almost
This is
cacao,
this is
like almost chocolatey thing on the back end there, just a tiny bit.
you just like saying that, folks.
I do. It's
Um,
one of those words that just rolls off your tongue. Cacao.
I picked up chocolate in some of the wines before, but I'm not picking it up here. But that's why we have Grady here to, give me his opinion. And I'm not getting chocolate.
Really?
You really getting chocolate?
Yeah. At the very back of that nose, there's not like a little.
Is it like that
Soft.
waxy, like I paid $1
No,
chocolate?
not like the dollar chocolate. This is, and again, it's not a heavy thing, but it's definitely hitting my nose as. God bless America.
Watching is thinking it's their blend.
Uh-oh. See, there was a subtle
They say
chocolate
it's very
thing going on.
nerve-wracking being on chat and hearing all this.
Super fun.
I'm not getting chocolate out of this blend. Grady is, and that's okay. And I'm not even gonna be overtly mean about it. He's right. I'll go ahead and say this wine. What he's thinking of. My thought process is a lot of people will get some chocolatey notes out of a Cabernet, and I'm thinking that because this wine strikes me as a very strongly based Cabernet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got the structure, the Cabernet notes. Maybe that's what we're.
Maybe that's where.
And here's this.
And
Is,
maybe
this
I'm
is
not
why.
describing it
And this
right.
is no. You were describing exactly right, so that I can figure out what the heck is going on inside this wine. That's absolutely what you're getting, and that's your perception, and I'm loving it because then I'm trying to dig in there and trying to figure out what you're exactly getting on this wine, and why am I not presenting it as chocolate? I'm getting it, definitely on the nibs side.
Okay.
I mean, if it was, there's no sweetness in the chocolate.
No.
Definitely on the bittersweet.
Like that time we went to Ferrari Carano and their chocolate room opened. They had all those little nibs laying around. I think you nailed it.
This wine has great balance and structure.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Very nice
All the way
finish.
across. Yeah.
Pretty elegant. Some subtlety and nuances popping out, but there's a nice cherry backbone
Mm-hmm.
going on in there.
I want to see how that finishes again.
That's one of the most structured wines we've had. Really told a story.
Mm-hmm.
Told me what was going on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. LN. Very, very nice. Really enjoying that.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, let's put that one aside for a second. I can't wait to come back to that one.
It's aside. All right, we're gonna go for WX.
WX.
We're gonna give this one a little shot. Fresh glass.
Nice.
Nice when you pour it, you can see what the color action is right off the bat.
That is true.
Gives you a little impression on how this wine's gonna go. Don't start it on fire.
I will try not to light my tasting notes on fire just yet.
Thought you were trying to hone in on your
No,
magnetic
I was-
personality.
I was never that Boy Scout who lit things on fire.
I was.
I know. I was in your troop.
Hence all the scars on his butt.
hence the many scars.
Looking for ants and couldn't find them. All right.
Hey. Oh, yeah. There's a little,
Yeah, we got
pop of excitement
got
there.
a hey out of both of those. Very nice.
Very nice nose. Wow. WX coming out the gate so strong.
I wonder if this one is a strong Malbec. Oh, whoop. I don't think we used Malbec.
We
did
didn't. I'm very sure we didn't. Oh my god. I worked so hard making codes.
Did you?
I did. I spent a whole day making codes.
Mel, back up.
All right, that was here's the deal. We've been tasting these wines this afternoon. This wine obviously had a hello nose.
It did. It really was.
It was uplifting
Hello.
and had some interesting characteristics that a lot of the other ones haven't.
Of the ones that I've gotten the pleasure of trying, and they've all been super pleasurable, this nose is very striking.
Okay.
Tons of different fruit going on there. Mm-hmm.
My first impression is that everything's up front, then it kind of lingers off from there.
Mm-hmm. But boy, what an upfront.
Oh, yeah.
Because, wow, it starts so strong. There's something so pleasant about that mid that it doesn't make me sad that there's not an amazing finish because the mid is so pleasant. That mid just sticks and then it goes, it just sort of fades off in a very gentle way. I like that. There's something very intriguing about the way it finishes.
Oh, I like it. It's a very nice wine.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that intrigue was all up front.
Yeah.
And then after that, it dropped off to a place that was delicious.
Still good.
And amazing. But I didn't get any of that intrigue in the nose anywhere in the palate.
But here's the funny thing. On the retronasal, as you breathe back in, I start to get those mid-palate flavors that I really enjoyed again, which is really interesting.
I'll inspect Grady's retronasal evaluation.
You don't have a spagmometer here, do you?
He doesn't know what that is.
He might.
There's all that nose. Really captivating.
Table 5, you're just crushing it. These are such interesting wines.
All right. After contemplating that finish, I agree.
Yeah.
But for me, we had the curve of holy moly,
Right.
holy moly,
Right?
and then we went down to oh my God, you're amazing. But we had a holy moly, amazing, amazing. And I will give the reverse curve to as the wine finished, it got better and better and better. So the finish was really long. And the finish was amazing, and so we've got these two ends.
Yeah, absolutely.
That are up here, and in this middle that's fantastic. But they seem a little disjointed.
Interesting. I would love to see how this one, in a little bit, kind of changes character and see if that
love it.
finishes comes up. Yeah,
Very nice wine.
pretty much.
Oh man,
super
I
exciting.
got
all
some.
the
I
way
got some
through.
flavors that I haven't had yet, which is always nice. Thank you for giving me flavors I haven't had yet.
We've been having all day, which is super exciting.
There's plenty of that. We'll be fine with that.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, we're finishing up with MK in his house.
If Judy Beard could please type in what his house means, I would sure appreciate it. That if my mother could explain to me what my brother just said.
Mom never knows what I'm talking about.
Actually, I can see. I know what wine this is.
Ever since I started
There's
dressing
a,
myself.
Was that the high heels and jewelry phase, or was that the concertina?
That was more of the flock of seagulls and Vans phase.
That's one we all had forgotten about.
Yeah, you were all laughing.
No, we didn't.
You were laughing directly at me. You weren't hiding it. You're really going out like that? You're dressing it all chartreuse? I thought it was cool. Touch more restraint on the nose.
Yeah, that's what I was digging in there. This one a little more on the vintage side.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
I'm not getting a lot of uplifting, but
Mm-hmm.
here's what I'm thinking about this wine. This wine has got this wine's got a larger base of one of the lighter wines, but they're really trying to balance that with one of the darker wines. This is one of those wines where I think that as I let it as I let the wine integrate and we get some oxygen on this wine, it's going to be a little more exciting to where we've got a very light wine and a very heavy wine that I think have come together on this. We'll know more on Saturday when I tell you what these blends are.
Boy, the more you swirl it, the more exciting the nose
Yeah,
gets.
this one needs
for
to
sure.
this one needs to be more integrated.
This needs to be worked on a little bit, but
like-
I'm liking that.
It's like, is it South Central LA or is what are we talking about here?
No, this is more like Culver City.
That's right. Sounds right.
Close enough to the airport, but far enough away. You're almost taking off.
I think it's straight out of Geyser.
Straight out of Geyserville.
Dang it. There's so many comments coming in right now.
I know, now they're just flying in.
Sorry.
That's the problem with having
All
a
right,
bunch of
this
comedians
wine-
as helpers.
This wine needed
Just a few minutes of variation, huh?
some swirls
Yep.
to bring it together. We
Totally.
did make these wines yesterday, and they've had some time together to
Yes,
come together.
sure.
But this wine needed a little more oxygen to come
Did.
together, so that's why I'm gonna evaluate it a little more on what's going on now.
Yep. Because right up front, it was exciting, but it's getting more exciting by the second.
I think the nose was aggressive
Well,
and uninteresting, but I'm getting more interest
yeah.
now because it was aggressive because it was just having a hard time coming together for me in my
And we
brain.
came after that WX, which did have such an exciting nose that we were expecting something that exciting again. And now it's definitely getting there. Uh-oh, he's diving in for a little charcuterie action.
Right.
Fascinating. There's something fun all the way through on that one.
No, the most exciting, fantastic wine all the way through. Love it. Blah 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 blah. What's intriguing me at this moment is right before the finish. And before I put my thoughts into Grady's head, just taste it one last time and tell me what you're getting right before the finish. Interesting spice.
Very. There's something that creeps in, and it's not like a pepper, but there's definitely something.
Sort of like the Candyman.
Oh, ew. Like ginger spice kind of thing?
All right, we are brothers. I was confident that he was switched at birth. You are correct. You're saying ginger. There is a Christmas spice right
Something.
before the finish.
Yep.
Ginger, a very Christmassy flavor. I'm not talking about pine sap or anything like that. But we all, and it's not the fake ass pumpkin
No,
that
no.
Starbucks
No.
pumps out there that says nothing to do with pumpkin, or spice, or Thanksgiving, or anything that's holy. But what I'm talking about is there is a Christmas spice
Yes.
right before the finish. I'm glad that you picked that up because I thought I was going crazy there for
No.
a second.
No.
And we've been tasting some wines, and I have not picked this finish up.
And it changes the finish completely from what I thought it was going to be, because the beginning and mid were kind of similar. Then it took that little spicy note, and then it did its fun thing at the end. God, that is super fascinating.
Wow.
I kind of like that.
And I
a
hate to
lot.
say Christmassy spices because
Right,
that's
'cause
going to
that
put
puts things
that's
in
going to
your
put some
head,
super
right?
negative connotation in here.
But this is
Like
not that.
when Danny buys those dollar store candles and the house smells like
we
that.
made him stop that. He stopped buying those anymore.
Not good.
That was years
Not
ago.
good. See, we're not talking about that. We're talking about those wonderful.
We still remember.
Danny says that was 11 years ago. But you see, because I'm a taste and smell person, that's an impression that I'll never forget. But I did forgive him, and we did get married.
Yeah, it all worked out.
This wine has this wonderful little spicy
It's
eruption.
a surprise spice.
It is. It reminds me of a salty surprise. That
I'm
you would
sure
be
about
like,
that.
no, like let's say you're getting some good Parmesan, you're
Right,
getting those little
and then you
flavor
get that
crystals,
surprise, those little
where
flavor
you've got
crystals.
Parmesan
Yes,
flavor,
yes.
Parmesan.
Oh, I see.
flavor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's not your out of the gutter, up into the echelon of subtlety and nuance, and so we're looking at that little surprise of
Yeah.
no one saw that coming. I mean, that was good stuff.
Like the Long Green Symphonette, it never ends. That is delightful.
Everybody's in the Siffonet. I'm sure that everybody's going to comment heavily on the Sniffonet.
I am certain they will. If I know our crew, and I do know our crew, because I drink with you.
Wow.
Again, 4 really spectacular
Gosh
blends.
darn it! That thing super intrigues me. Does it mean it's the best wine right now? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm going to investigate all these other ones real quick,
Okay.
and I'm going to come back to that. That one super intrigued me. But
Yeah.
does that mean that it's the best? I don't know.
But again,
Uh,
Brad's thinking about these wines together. What's the winner of these
Today,
particular wines?
right now, of these 4.
Wow, this is going to be a toughie,
But,
dude. This
you
is
know
a
what?
toughie.
Hey, let's get a new. Hey,
Hey, Peanut Gallery.
yeah. Let's,
Brad needs something.
MK is gonna. The most intriguing flavor of the day goes to MK, and we're gonna give them some sort of prize. MK is gonna get an intriguing flavor of the day because they pulled out a flavor that I have not tasted today, and it's super fantastic, and I'm really enjoying it. Way to go, guys! Way to pull out a flavor I haven't had.
Do you want to specify what that flavor is?
No.
Oh yeah, we talked
Oh,
about
we
it.
did.
For,
We
we,
did talk
talked
about
about it
that,
for an
yeah.
hour. So I mean, since we talked about that spice,
Well, I didn't
for-
want to tell her.
since
She'd
they
have
weren't
to
paying,
watch the video.
since these people weren't paying attention as they were taking care of me, the spice is some sort of ginger snap.
Kind of Christmassy spice.
I don't want to go full Christmas
No,
because
let's
some
not go
people
full
think,
Christmas.
but I'll go ginger snappy
How about
action.
good call,
Sounds
Mark?
nice.
Good call.
All right, now that we've got everybody
So
reeled
we
in
have
over there.
guesses. Is it going to be another double elimination pick, or
No,
is it
we're
has
not
to be the
just.
winner?
No, stop getting crazy, you people.
A double elimination.
Yeah.
This
Maybe.
is not Project Runway. We're not going to bring people back.
What if nobody qualifies?
Why not?
What if nobody qualifies? What if this?
Because
What
no
if
one
this
likes
table
that.
doesn't
No
make
one
it?
likes to have the rug yanked out of them when they think they're in there and they're not.
Grady loves the rug yanked out of him every week.
Not.
I'm going back. Here we go.
So what Teller says.
If you recall anything about OM,
So for me, OM started beautifully. It ran all the way through, but then it was the finish that kind of zipped up and was the surprise. I put that the finish surprised me. It went down and then it zipped back up, and the finish was probably the most intriguing thing on OM.
That's what he does to me when I tell
what did you say again?
So it starts off really
Speaking
straight
without
across,
listening.
and then it sort of dips at the end, but then it comes back up.
I was looking to see if he could recall exactly what he had said, and he did. He did a good job there. Folks.
My notes are very precise. I've got good notes. I made the little shorthand for notes.
the note dips, but
At
then
the
it's
end.
intriguing.
And then it pops back up at the end. So it goes from everything is perfect all the way across, but then as you think it's waning, bam, it pops back up.
Don't
with
worry,
the
OM.
signs.
I've got it down. I know exactly what I'm thinking right now, OM. What he's saying is you got a really nice wine there.
Yeah.
And he's right about that. And he's right about the finish. And I really just wanted to see if the finish that I thought was really good, it elongated in our first couple sips, and let's see what happens now.
And see, Brad now gets to retaste it. I'm just going from memory, so now Brad can see how it's evolved, which is really fun about this whole tasting experience. It's been a blast.
Okay. There's some good
There
stuff.
is something intriguing about that finish that I really like.
Grady's words are good. Intriguing is what that wine wants me. It makes me want more. There's little salty nuggets throughout that wine that make me want more of it, and it's not giving it all to me right now, and so that intrigues me. Okay.
All right. So for
Next.
LN, my first thought were I got something you did not get, those chocolate nibs right up the front that were on the nose. And then it was delightful all the way through. And there was nothing, again, it didn't finish crazy, nothing weird happened. The nibs were the most intriguing part, that beautiful chocolate nose, but it's very subtle. And it's not chocolatey, but there was something cacao about it. And then it was just delightful all the way through.
I know Grady said nibs 17 times,
I did.
and he was really trying to get
trying
nibs
to put it
into
in
my
his head.
psyche. And that's why I was looking away and trying to bring up my shield of darkness to keep us from thinking that. But he's right. There is something oddly chocolatey with this wine.
Right.
Oddly chocolatey in a fantastic way. Who doesn't
Sure.
like chocolate in their wine? Super fantastic.
Because
I
it
was
just
trying to
struck me,
poo-poo
yeah.
it and say this one just struck me as a wine
Well,
that
you
had a
started
more
off with,
Cabernet.
in a
No,
cab
it's,
kind
it's
of.
a cat. Well, because Cabernet always has chocolate
Sure.
running around the
Sure.
fringes, and it's a fringe. Chocolate is a fringe thing for me, and I'm not a dominant. Unless you're talking about my dark side, one of my most fantastic chocolatiest wines that I've ever made.
Ever.
I'll give him his nib.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew you would find it in there somewhere, but you were overwhelmed by the cherry cabbie thing going on.
I was overwhelmed by structure.
Delightfully structured one.
Nothing to this, nothing to that. Just beautiful structure, liking it
Yep,
all the way
yep,
through.
yep.
The impressions. I kind of knew where the wine was going from the beginning to end.
Sure.
And then that kind of, it's a hard thing for me to describe, but it's one of those things that I really like about wine. And so this one, hits those check marks.
Nice. All right, WX.
Okay.
So for me, I really enjoyed how the nose kind of built on itself. The nose went up. It had a beautiful beginning and middle. It started to fall towards the end, but I love the retronasal. As it came back, it brought some of the excitement back, and I really enjoyed how it came back on itself, which was so interesting.
Overall impression?
Overall impression, definitely right up there. I enjoyed it so much, and I was not expecting the finish to come back as strongly as it did. Because you say retronasal all the time, and you hear it, but to really have it happen, this one to me brought it all back. Hey man, I have not been called for Jeopardy yet, but I will. I will.
All right, Grady, tell me about. All right, Martin, Grady, tell me about number 5. Well, what's this
All right,
one?
so are you doing this
Number
last
4,
one?
yep,
All right,
MK.
so MK. The nose started slow but built. The more we swirled, the more exciting it got. It started off very one note, but the more we swirled it, all of a sudden it was bringing out. It needed that oxidation.
Hold that thought. Okay. Go ahead.
Then it built up all the way through. Everything was great. But then what was interesting is this one gave us that hint of crazy spice at the end. That kind of before we hit the end, it popped with that almost gingery. What I was calling gingery, but definitely that holiday spice.
Actually, not ginger. I know what you're.
Or it's not ginger. I know,
I know
it's
what
probably
you're.
not
No,
ginger.
no,
but
no. What I'm getting. I'm getting it all right now. Actually, Grady, I'm totally getting what you're thinking. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and rock everybody's world right now. There's no Tempranillo in any of these blends, but what Grady is tasting right now is a fig. Okay, we talked about Christmas. He talked about holiday.
Right.
And I was having a hard time putting that holiday flavor together.
Sure.
Because none of these wines are Tempranillo, and typically I get fig from Tempranillo. But what's happened here is this wine has a figgy component. Figs and chocolate, super holiday flavor profile. That's what Grady's talking about. And then as he said, as he swirled and swirled, so as he was talking, I listened to him for the first time in my life. And so I swirled and sniffed and swirled and sniffed. And he was right. As you kept swirling with this wine, the figs and chocolates were really coming up. And we appreciate the staff for laughing and having fun, but we're going to hang on for just a minute or two where we're that's great, but we're going to try not to laugh so hard at them. It's okay. Good laughy comments in there. What Grady's, I know exactly what Grady's talking about. It's actually figs, it's chocolate. It is fantastic. Go ahead and
I need to eat more
do
figs.
one more little swirl in there. It is a very chocolatey, rich.
See, that nose is so.
Which letters are you working on right now?
We're working on MK. We're talking MK.
Which has the chocolate, which was similar to.
Yeah, that's a really wonderful finish.
Oh, that finish. Yes.
It had strong highlights throughout. It is a very strong finish. Don't know if this is going to be my winner.
I don't know, man. It's pretty spectacular.
I almost want it to be to see where that
I do
finish
too.
goes.
I do too. Brad, this was a killer tasting. This was an amazingly fun table. I loved everything about this table. There's no bad wine here. There's nothing here that
There's not.
There's nothing here that you'd be like, that was only okay. Everything had its own thing that I loved so much. Oh my God, here we go. He's looking. He's looking. Ooh, he's pulled two. He's pulled two.
It's about today, not about tomorrow.
That's right, sir. That's right.
The natives are restless.
Indeed they are.
It's not just a freaky finish. That is a great wine
That
all
is
the
a
way
great wine all the
through.
way through.
But
I
the
love
freaky finish pulled it because
Yep.
I'm
exciting.
about it. Crazy. Haven't had that today.
Yep.
Loving it. So this is
MK, nice job. Beautiful table 5.
MK.
There are no bad wines here.
You're
That
a
was
winner,
stunning.
baby.
That was stunning. All right, kids, we'll see you in 2 and 2 for the last
But-
table of the day.
OM.
Oh man, OM.
Rex,
You started off so
dang it.
strong. I like OM.
I don't know how you guys decide when you guys do this.
This is really
so
hard.
many
This is
good
so hard.
wines. Wow. We got to. We should give them crappier wine to blend.